I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it.
Did you know Morgan Freeman once called Black History Month ridiculous and said the solution to racism is to stop talking about it? Or that Denzel Washington shut down a reporter with a simple, "none of your business," when asked about his political views? These aren't just sound bites. They're moments when celebrities pushed back against woke narratives with wit, wisdom, and undeniable authenticity. But why do these moments resonate so deeply? And what can they teach us about navigating today's hyper-polarized culture?
Who you wound up supporting in the election, presidential election?
None of your business.
None of my business?
None of your business.
Well, I'm only asking because the story was online, but that's okay.
Denzel Washington has a unique ability to captivate not only on screen, but also in interviews, where his wisdom often shines through. During a press event in Washington, D.C., a journalist attempted to corner him with a question about his political preferences, asking, "Who did you support in the election?" Without missing a beat, Denzel replied, "None of your business." His cool, straightforward response was a reminder that not everything needs to be public knowledge. In an age where celebrities are often expected to disclose their political views, Denzel's decision to keep his private life private was refreshing.
What's number one in your mind with the new administration?
I don't know. I'd have to be more informed to just say off the top of my head the number one issue.
When asked what reforms he hoped Donald Trump would prioritize, Denzel once again took a thoughtful and measured approach. "I'd have to be more informed," he admitted, showing humility rather than offering a superficial or reactionary response. His answer stood in stark contrast to the often hyperbolic statements made by some of his peers. When the topic of race relations came up, Denzel delivered one of his most memorable lines. "You can't legislate love." He emphasized that real change happens through individual connections, not through sweeping policies or mandates. His perspective was a powerful reminder that meaningful progress starts with understanding, empathy, and human relationships. In just a few sentences, Denzel Washington reminded us all of the power of humility, thoughtfulness, and authenticity.
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Morgan Freeman is renowned not only for his iconic voice, but also for his profound and clear-eyed views on societal issues. During an interview, Freeman was asked about his thoughts on Black History Month, and his response left the interviewer speechless. "You're going to relegate my history to a month?" he asked, pointedly. His statement cut through the noise, questioning why history should be divided by race. Freeman firmly asserted, "Black history is American history."
I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
He didn't stop there. When asked about how to combat racism, Freeman offered a solution that, while controversial, was strikingly simple. Stop talking about it. He explained that constantly emphasizing racial labels perpetuates division rather than fostering unity. Instead of focusing on categories like white or black, Freeman advocated for a world where people are recognized simply as individuals. Though his views sparked debate, Freeman's perspective invites us to reconsider how we address race and identity in daily life. His call for genuine human connection challenges the notion that progress comes from a relentless focus on differences. Freeman's words resonate as a reminder that true equality arises from seeing beyond labels and embracing shared humanity. In a culture often defined by divisiveness, his stance is both refreshing and thought-provoking, urging us all to focus on what unites rather than divides.
What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have.
Reflecting on the flood of information in today's media, he posed a profound question. What's the long-term effect of too much information? In a world where speed often outweighs accuracy, his words hit home. Denzel criticized the rise of sensationalism, where being first mattered more than being truthful, leaving audiences overwhelmed and misinformed. His critique extended beyond traditional media to social platforms, where the line between fact and opinion grows increasingly blurred. His insight is a reminder to pause, think, and question the sources we rely on.
Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
You told me last time.
Okay.
His advice was simple yet powerful. Be critical of the sources you trust. He urged people to ask themselves, is this using me or am I using it? This reflective approach encourages individuals to take control of their media consumption, question the motives behind the content they encounter, and seek out reliable, balanced perspectives. Denzel's take on fake news isn't just a critique of the media. It's a call to action for all of us to be more discerning, thoughtful, and informed in the digital age.
And it's just, it's like, ideology trumps art. Ideology trumps individual effort. Ideology trumps good. Ideology trumps entertaining.
Quentin Tarantino, known for his bold storytelling, has never shied away from controversy. His films often spark debate for their raw and unfiltered narratives. In a recent talk show, he criticized Hollywood's growing tendency to prioritize ideology over artistic expression. Ideology trumps individual effort, he remarked, highlighting how virtue signaling is overshadowing genuine creativity.
Are you bullish on the future of movies? Because
Well, look, you have to always look at it.
Are we going to get back to that place?
Look, this happened. This comes in waves.
For Tarantino, art should provoke thought and stir emotions, not serve as a platform for moral posturing. He argued that this focus on ideological trends stifles innovation and individuality. Despite these challenges, Tarantino remains optimistic that Hollywood will rediscover its artistic roots. Until then, he refuses to compromise his vision, standing firm in his commitment to authentic storytelling. His stance resonates in a world where many feel pressured to align with prevailing cultural norms. Tarantino reminds us that art thrives on diversity of thought and bold expression. By standing firm, he not only defends his work, but also champions the broader cause of creative freedom, proving that individuality still has a place in modern storytelling.
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is be playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey has become a voice of reason, blending progressive ideals with traditional values. In a powerful speech, he addressed issues like responsible gun ownership, mental health investment, and restoring family values. His approach was practical and focused on unity over division. During an interview, a talk show host attempted to label Matthew McConaughey as anti-gun, but he calmly and firmly rejected the oversimplification. He clarified that advocating for gun safety measures does not mean infringing on the rights of responsible gun owners. McConaughey highlighted the need for nuance in public debates, pointing out that addressing complex issues requires thoughtful discussion rather than reductive labels.
After what happened at Robb Elementary and in many other schools, the first bill was passed in 30 years to help make schools safer. Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. Billions of dollars to safe schools.
Matthew McConaughey's impact lies in his ability to avoid divisive rhetoric, focusing instead on common ground and practical solutions that respect both safety and individual rights.
Is that in order to advance certain policy proposals, it has to appear that the community is united behind them and that anybody who stands against them is standing against them for illegitimate reasons.
Joe Rogan, known for tackling controversial topics on his podcast, hosted Dr. Brett Weinstein for a discussion that delved deep into the challenges of woke culture in academia. Weinstein shared his experience of being pushed out of a university after opposing a day of absence policy that asked white individuals to stay off campus. Originally intended to highlight racial inequalities, Weinstein argued that the policy instead exacerbated division, creating a counterproductive atmosphere of exclusion. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.